Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. What we got for you today, we're going to be going over tons of new tackle. Some stuff that's just new to me, some stuff that's new to the market. Some of it is terminal tackle, soft plastics, hard baits, swim baits, A-rig stuff, just a mixture of everything. So if you guys enjoy that kind of content, hang around. We're going to get into this and let you guys see what we got. I want to take a minute to thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of bait reviews, unboxings, on the water fishing, tips and tricks. So if that's something you're interested in, consider hitting that subscribe button, and maybe you can get some value out of these videos and learn a thing or two, and maybe teach me a thing or two as well. Let's go ahead and get into this. So we're going to start off with these massive Z-Man diesel minnows that I got. And these are the 7-inch version. I have some of the smaller versions that I use as trailers on a lot of stuff. But I saw these, and after last year, I was fishing that Cast Echo, or no, the Cast Prodigy. I'm making all this racket. I was fishing that Cast Prodigy in the 6-inch version and did really well on it. Just as a weedless swim bait. So I wanted to get these big guys and try these out, see what I think about them. Of course, they're Elastec, so super stretchy. I've not seen them in this 7-inch version, so it's just something a little different to get out there and play around with and see what I think about. If you've used these, let me know what you think about them. Like I said, I've used the smaller versions, but I've not used these big 7-inch ones yet. So we'll see if there's a place in my arsenal for them. If not, we'll throw them on here and give them away. Maybe somebody can make some use of them. But of course, everything Z-Man makes is good. That's that smoky shad color. That's the one that I always go to when I use these. So that's something that I'm going to get around and try out and see what I think about. And then next up, we're going to hit these bellows gills. This is the new elastomer version, and I fish these and use these as a buzzbait trailer quite a bit, and I've Texas rigged them, done a few different things with. But one thing I really like about these is, with it being that elastomer, it lasts for a long time. But if you look right here, there's a slot. They're all individually packaged like this inside this bag. So there's a slot here, so you can open this up, take your bait out, put your hook in, fish with it, and then when you want to swap out to something different, you can put the hook and all back in this plastic keeper, this clamshell, and keep everything good and secure in there without having to worry about throwing it back in there and the hook sticking in something else. So I do like the fact that they did that. These are really good buzzbait trailers, but with this elastomer, I'm hoping it'll help hold that up even higher and make it where you can slow that buzzbait down even more. Having this much surface area on that buzzbait makes it where you can slow it down, but I believe that extra float with that elastomer will help to keep that up. So we'll give these a go and see what we think about them and keep you guys posted on that. And then next in here, I got these Raid Japan Hera Tailors, and this is the 4.7-inch version. And I will look at the color on this real quick. Smoky pearl, because these are really cool. It's double, like it's two-sided, so the color is different on each side. But these are 2 to a pack in the clamshell, so you can reuse these things and keep them just like those bellows gills. So I really like that they did that. But these aren't elastomer, so it's a stiffer plastic, but you got that white side on the pearls on that side, and then like a darker gray with a little bit of flake in it, very minimal flake in it. Some of it has flake in it, some of it doesn't. But they have a really, really strong smell. All this Raid Japan stuff does. But these have that little tail on there just to create a little more action. So it's a little different profile than those bellows gills, but I've seen a lot of good stuff about these. Want to get out and try them. You guys know I like to get out and try a little bit of everything that I can find. So we're going to give these a go and see what we think. I will be linking everything I can on Amazon down below, and also I will try to do Omnia links as well if I can. That way, so I know some of you guys like to use Omnia. You guys get on there and check everything out. Helps the channel out if you end up clicking one of those links and buying something from it. So I appreciate you guys that have done that. And then next in here is another bait just like those, and this is called the Thunderhawk. Actually, it's called the Grenade by Thunderhawk. And I got these from Tackle Warehouse. They were marked down really cheap. So I was like, I can get them. If I don't like them, I'm not really out anything. I think I paid like $3 for this pack. But these are elastomer as well. But again, I like that it's two-sided color because that helps to give that fish something different to look at. These do have the little red eyes on them. Little different tail than that bellows gill. But very, very similar. It does have ridge, cut in the ridges back here, so when you Texas rig it, you can see where your hook's going to come out, and it lays in there and kind of keeps it a little more weedless. And I like that they did that. But I like the two-tone on them because if I'm wanting a darker color, I can flip it one way on my buzz baits. If I'm wanting a lighter color, I can flip it the other. And that's one reason that I wanted to pick these up, was strictly for a buzzbait trailer. But after looking at them, got them out the other day and checked them out, and I think that's something that I'll use a couple different ways. Try Texas rigging those things and see what I think about it. Next in here is something that I'm pretty excited to get out and try. We got some water temperatures starting to warm here on Chickamauga, and it's time to get out and start slinging some of these big glide baits. And this is that new 6-inch trick shad from Mike Boca. Really cool looking color on it. What's this one? This is the Threadfin. Threadfintastic is what it's called. Really cool purples and yellows in this thing. A lot of pearl, but just a really, really good paint job on that thing. Excited to get out and see the action on this. All the videos I've seen, it looks awesome. So we'll see how that thing does. I really got into throwing that Chad shad around last year, the Spro one. So hopefully I can get out and do good with this one as well and have a lot of luck, because it's catching fish on those big glide baits is a lot of fun, and you get a lot more bites than you would imagine on those bigger baits. I've caught 2 and 3 pounders, and I've caught the biggest I've caught so far on a glide bait like that was 7.5. So yeah, you'll get a mixture of all kinds of fish on that 6-inch. When you get up to throwing those huge baits, it kind of minimizes what you can catch on it, what's going to try to eat that. So keep that in mind. Throwing those 6-inch versions, you can catch all kinds of fish, which gets me to the mag draft. I caught these at Dick's Sporting Goods. They had a couple of them just in this one color, and this is the brownie. And I like this mag draft. Certain times I typically go with the coal shad because you can throw it at a lot of different retrieve speeds, and it not blow out. With this mag draft, it has to be a certain speed, or it's not going to swim right. But these things do trigger bites, and when they're in the mood for a mag draft, you can still throw a coal shad and catch them, but when they're eating these things, they're eating these things, and it's something that is a really fun bite to get on. And this is a color that I didn't have. I think I got this thing for like $6, which is a steal for one of these things. I think they're normally like $16, $17 for this 6-inch version. So I was excited to get that one as well. Let's see. Next in here, we're going to hit this stuff that Strike King sent me. So I got one of the final copies, which is their soft body swim bait, like mag draft style. It's a harness swim bait. We're going to crack this one open and let you check it out. This is pretty new to the market bait. A lot of guys hadn't seen it yet, so I'll get it out and let you check it out. This is the 5-inch version, or 4-inch, 4.75, and this is the pearl color. Got a lot of glitter in there, a lot of flake, but very similar to that mag draft style. These do actually have a magnet in the belly there that holds your hook, so these will skip really well. This will be a good one to skip up under docks with the size of it. Pretty straightforward bait, but it does have 2 different line ties. It's got one on the front and one kind of on the top, so I'm curious to see how that works. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to get out and see how that does. See if there's a purpose in that or if that's just from the weight that's inside there. We'll check that out and I'll let you guys know more. And then the other thing they sent me was some of these little homing minnows. Some of this crazy baby bass green. And then this ghost shad, which is a little bit bigger. And we're gonna crack this thing out. And all this is just a little pre-rigged swim bait. It's got a real long, soft tail on it. Line tie up on top, not on the front. So that's gonna be good for that strolling technique. Help bring that thing, keep it a little straighter in the water. Good looking colors on that. I think that'll be a good one. Get out and try that. I hadn't tried that one yet, so we'll get out and see what we can do. Next up is just a smaller version of the spunk shad. They came out with that 3-inch version, so I had to get some of these for my smaller chatterbaits. That's my favorite bladed jig trailer. And then I got some of the mooch minnows from Crush City. And if you've not seen them, they're a lot like those spunk shads, but like those spunk shads, they're supposed to be a really good strolling bait as well. But they have this weird little tail on them. And I'm not sure how much disturbance that's going to cause in the water, but it's going to cause more than that spunk shad would for that strolling technique. So you're going to see that. I think that'll help with that roll as well. So we'll get out and see if I can't get some footage of what those look like and share that with you guys and keep you posted on that. Again, if you've used any of this stuff that I haven't used, even if it's stuff that I have used, leave me some comments down below and let me know what you think about it, how you use it, because all these baits have a specific purpose, but a lot of people end up using them different ways, and I like to see the different ways that people use this stuff because it helps to give you ideas of different ways to catch fish, and I like to get out and catch them every way I can and be able to share that information with people and help them to catch fish as well. So if you guys got any info, drop it down below and let's help each other out. And then next in here, I've been on a huge A-rig kick lately, and I got this Tactical Bass and Micro Flex rig. Really small, downsized presentation. And I've got the mini flex rig and I love it. I hadn't fished this micro, but I'm about to crack this thing open just to show you guys how small this thing is. So overall size, smaller than your hand. You spread these out. This is a 5-wire. So when you get all those spread out to where they're going to go, you've got your middle, which is longer. It's not very big at all. I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch me get this thing perfect, but you'll just take those, leave your center one, face them down, and then your two on the bottom. And when you're doing this, you wanna hold these really close to that head as you're bending to stop it from breaking off. And that's with any company that makes these A-rigs. You want to hold that wire down real close And then flip these up just a hair. But even opened all the way up, that thing is still smaller than your hand. So you can throw this on a normal jig rod. You don't have to have a special setup to throw this. You can throw this on a medium heavy, to be honest with you. Just depends on what size head you put on there, and I'm going to show you guys some heads I just picked up that I'm really liking, and I think they'll be a good addition to these. But these do have the dummy screws already on the top, because here in Tennessee we can only throw 3 hooks, so you've got your middle one and your 2 bottom ones. It's the one those fish are going to eat anyway, so that works out. We're going to get out and hopefully smash some on this thing this weekend, because I absolutely love throwing it. I picked up one of those Diamond brand A-rigs. That's their micro version. It's been really excellent. But this flex rig is a lighter wire, and as you twitch that thing, it causes that wire to cave in a little bit, and it looks more like a school of fish flaring up, and I really like the action on the mini flex rig, so I wanted to get this micro and try it as well. But to show you guys these jig heads that I got, they are also from Diamond Baits, which I was talking about. I just got one of their umbrella rigs. Really cool looking diamond shaped jig head on there, but if you look at the shank of that hook, it's straight down through here, and then it's got that sharp bend in it. And what that'll do is help that swim bait to sit down on there and stop trying to ride up the curve of that hook so much. So it's supposed to help save a lot of your swim baits from sliding down the hook. Of course, you've got that screw lock on there too that's going to help with that. But I've even had with my screw locks them still want to slide back. So that flat spot in that hook, I think, is going to make a big difference in these. And these also do come with extra screw locks in them for your dummies as well. For us guys that can only throw 3 hooks, we can't have the full 5. And next in here we have the Versa pintails from Duo Realis. And I already ripped the top off of this so I can get this thing out. This is going to be another one that you can Damiki rig with, you can stroll with, you can use this as just a soft jerk bait. Really cool pale colors on this thing. It's not super stretchy, but just a lot of action in that tail, and I think this is going to be a fun one to get out and play with. I've been trying a bunch of different soft jerk baits here recently and trying to find different places for each one, and plan on doing a video just on soft jerk baits altogether. Like, I'm going to do a soft jerk bait specific video and see if I can help a few people out. I had some questions about stuff like that, so we'll get into that in a whole video by itself. And then next in here we have the Jackal Bounty Fish. And this is something that I hadn't fished before. I wasn't exactly sure how to use this thing, but to me it was like a soft glide bait. But I was wrong. This thing is meant to be used as a topwater. And it has that mesh joint in the middle here. And it helps to give it that walk the dog action. And anything that I can throw up in that grass that's weedless, as much as we get those mats here in Tennessee on Chickamauga, it's good to have something different that the fish don't see all the time. I don't know a lot of people that throw these, so that's something that I'll get out and give a go and see what I think about. I'll either love them or hate them, I'm sure. Once I get in those mats, it's hard for me a lot of times to put a frog down, but there's times where they want a different action, and I can get something like that and throw it and hopefully make all the difference. And then also from Jackal, I picked up the Rhythm Wave 2.8 swim baits. Tiny little swim baits for some of my smaller A-rig stuff. I hadn't used those before, saw those, wanted to give them a shot, and put them on these little micro A-rigs and see what I can do, see if I can entice a few. And then next, what I've got for you is something that I've been super excited to get my hands on, and it's the BKK OCD tackle storage system. And what this is, you crack this thing open, And you can see I've got all my hooks labeled there. You can get the ones from BKK that already have the names on them. You can buy these pre-filled, or you can they come empty like this, and you can take the labels and put whatever you want on there, and even for the smaller ones. But just to let you see a little bit of what we got. So this is like the Permalock weighted hooks, and these are some that I wanted to share with you that I picked up separately. These are the 3/0, and there's 4 of them in here. Something I was really stoked to see BKK come out with. It's a new swim bait hook. Instead of a screw lock, here you go. It's a nail weight with 2 little fluorocarbon barbs on it. So that's going to go in the front of that swim bait, so you can weight that swim bait without having to have a belly weight on it. And I'm curious to how that's going to work. BKK came out with that for a reason, so I'm sure that that's going to be something that I'll be able to utilize, especially with those, like the diesel minnows like I had, something like that, but I'll have to get a bigger version. I'll probably go with like a 6/0, maybe. I might even have to go up to an 8 on that specific bait. But being able to do that, put that weight in there and have that weight forward instead of that weight under, just gives it a little different action. But you can do everything up to your worm hooks. I've got my 6 cents ox flipping hooks all out through here, all the way down to these smaller ones that hold your little wacky hooks. But this is a good way to stay organized, keep everything here. I hadn't finished filling this thing up yet. I've still got a bunch of terminal tackle that I've got to go through and get swapped over and get some more of these small boxes to go in here. And pretty excited about having this. This is going to be a big difference for staying organized and keeping that stuff all together and knowing what's in there. So once you grab that and you see, oh, I've only got 2 left, you know what's in there, and you can go ahead and get online and order some more, stop at your local tackle shop and pick some up. But having that organization for me is killer, because my OCD and my obsessiveness of having that stuff to know where I can grab it, or if somebody's on the boat with me and they are looking for something or I'm needing something, I can holler at them and tell them, and they can see it right there listed, so they can just throw me what I need and we can go on about our day and catch some fish. But I'm running long-winded showing you guys all this stuff. That's all I've got for today. We'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Keep checking back. We've got some good stuff coming up. Got a big surprise coming up here in the next, hopefully, 2 weeks. And I like to share with you guys and show you guys something new that we're getting, and go over it with you, give you guys a little look at that and my opinions on how I feel about it. And then hopefully get out there and catch some fish. Hopefully you guys are out on the water wearing them out. Leave me some comments down below. Chat with me. Let me know what you guys got going on, what you think about any of this stuff, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one.